Assalamu alaikum. Myself Yishul Ahmed and I belong to the Department BS Biochemistry and my roll number is 4. Today the topic of my presentation is Introduction to Oomycetes. Basically, oomycetes are the filamentous organisms that include some of the biggest threats to the global food security and natural ecosystems. They are also known as water moles and the group of the several hundred organisms that include some of the most devastating plant pathogens. The disease they cause including seedling blights, damping off, root rots, foliar blights, and the downy mildews. Some notable diseases that are the late blight of the potato downy mildew of the grapevine, sudden oak death, and the stem rot of soybean. Because of their filamentous growth habit, nutrition by absorption, and the reproduction via spores, oomycetes are long regarded by the plant pathologists as lure fungi. However, as our understanding of the evolutionary relationship has grown, it is now clear that this group of organisms is unrelated to the true fungi. Indeed, fungi appear more closely related to the animals than to the oomycetes, and the oomycetes are more closely related to the algae and to the plants. The data from those molecular analyses have been particularly convincing to non-systematic plant pathogenists. There are many features distinguishing oomycetes from fungi. Septa in the hyphae are rare, resulting in the multinucleate conditions. Coming to the next slide, morphological characteristics of oomycetes. Basically, one of the most distinguishing characteristic of the production of the zoospores produced in the sporangia. The interior flagellum of the zoospore is tinsel type, while the posterior flagellum is a whiplash type. Both are typically attached in the ventral groove. Although wall-less zoospores retain a consistent blue but flexible shape. Zoospores can swim in the water film or the leaf surfaces in the soil water in the hydroponic media and the natural bodies of water. After a time of the free swimming of the zoospores settle on the surface, retract their flagella and secrete matrix which affixes them to the surface. Sporangia of the different taxa within the group are the diverse shape and the characteristics. Why oomycetes are not true fungi? The answer of this question is the Oomycota are once classified as fungi because of their filamentous growth and because they feed on the decaying matter like fungi. The cell wall of the oomycetes, however, it is not composed of chitin as the fungi, but it is made up of the mix of the cellulosic compounds and the glycan. Fungi are haploid or the dikaryotic during the major part of their life cycle and form septate hyphae. Coming to the next slide, oomycetes currently classified as straminophile eukaryotes. There are the groups of the filamentous unicellular protists and that are physically resemble fungi. However, they differ from fungi in having a cellulose instead of the chitin in their cell wall. Previously, the group was arranged in 6 orders. The orders are respectively the saprolinguinales are the most widespread. They break down decaying matter and other are parasite. Leptomitales, they have leg thickenings that give their continuous cell body the appearance of the septation, and they bear chitin and often reproduce asexually. The rapidiles use rhizoids to attach their tails to the bed of the stagnant or the polluted water bodies. Coming to the next slide, the albiginales are considered by some authors to be a family within peronosporales, although it has been shown that they are phylogenetically distinct from this order. The peronospores are two mainly saprophytic or the parasitic on the plants and have an aseptate branching form. Many of the most damaging agricultural parasites belong to this order. The Leganidales are the most primitive. Some are filamentous, other unicellular that are generally parasitic at all mycelia and without separation. Coming to the reproduction in oomycetes, most of the oomycetes produce 2 distinct types of spores. The main dispersed spores are asexual, self-motile spores called zoospores and capable of the chemotaxis, which is known as the movement towards or away from the chemical signaler, which are those released by the potential food sources in the water surface. A few oomycetes produce aerial asexual spores that are distributed by wind. There are also produced sexual spores called oospores, and they are translucent, double-walled, spherical structure used to survive adverse environmental conditions. Sexual reproduction in the oomycetes occur between two dissimilar gametangia. A large round oogonium containing one of the several eggs and a smaller antheridium that fertiles the oogonium. If the antheridium is located at the side of the oogonium, the arrangement is termed as the paragynous. Oomycetes can reproduce asexually by forming a structure called sporangium or the zoosporangium. Inside the sporangia, zoospores are produced, first the primary zoospores and then the secondary zoospores, which are laterally flagellated. The flagellum allows the zoospores to move rapidly. Coming to the structure of oomycetes, basically, oomycetes cell wall contains cellulose, beta-glucans, and amino acid hydroxyproline, but do not contain chitin, which occurs in the cell wall of the true fungi. The vegetative state of the oomycetes is diploid, whereas the fungi are haploid or dikaryote. Question arises: what do oomycetes eat? The largest genus of the necrotrophic oomycetes, which feeds on the nutrients from live cells, is Pythium. Most number of these groups are opportunistic root pathogens which broad host ranges. Oomycetes and the fungi share a nutritional mode. They feed by secreting enzymes that degrade polymers such as cellulose, lipids, and proteins, then import the resulting building blocks into their own growing cells. Like fungi, oomycetes reproduce by both sexual and asexual sporangium ultimum. How do oomycetes separate? Dispersal of oomycetes by the wind or the other water is achieved through asexual sporangia. Germination of the sporangia can occur directly, forming an invasive hyphae, or indirectly releasing motile zoospores, which are chemotically and electrically attracted to the surface of the host plant. Oomycetes employ several types of spores of dissemination and the host infection. Colonization by the majority of the oomycetes begins when an asexual sporangium releases zoospores, which encyst and forms germ tube. What are the major characteristics of oomycetes? Oomycetes are also known as water moles, or the group of the organism belong to the kingdom Stramenopila, which they are classified as fungi and recognized in the distinct group of organisms of their own characteristics. First is habitat. Oomycetes are predominantly aquatic or the semi-aquatic organisms, although they have a species also live on the soil, parasitic on lands. On plants, they are commonly found in the freshwater environments such as lakes and rivers. Spore formation. Oomycetes produce various spores depending on the species and the life cycle stage. The most common spores are zoospores, which are flagellated and capable of the swimming in the water. Zoospores play a crucial role in the dispersal and infection of the host organisms. Phytogenetic positions. Oomycetes belong to the kingdom Stramenopila, which are also includes the diatoms, brown algae, and the certain other protists, which are most closely related to the photosynthetic organisms that are algae to the not true fungi. Importance of oomycetes includes that they must absorb their food from the surrounding water and the soil, which may invade the body of the other organism by feed, such as oomycetes play an important role in decomposition. Plant pathogens. Certain oomycetes species are the notorious plant pathogens, causing significant damage to the crops and the natural vegetation. And the Phytophthora insects are responsible for devastating potato blight in the Irish potato famine in 19th century. Understanding oomycetes pathogen is crucial for the effective plant disease management and the safeguarding agriculture productivity. Pharmaceutical and agriculture industrial applications. Oomycetes produce a variety of the bioactive compounds which potential pharmaceutical and industrial application. These compounds have been explored for their antimicrobial, antifungal, and the anti-cancer properties, as well as for use in the research model organism. Some oomycetes, which are known as the Phytophthora species, serve as a model organism for studying various biological processes. Ecological significance includes they are present in the diverse aquatic and terrestrial environment, including freshwater, marine, and the soil ecosystem. They contribute nutrient cycling and the decomposition processes, breaking down organic matter and recycling processes. Aquatic health. Oomycetes have a significant impact on the health of the aquatic ecosystems. They can cause disease in the fish and other aquatic organisms, leading to the population declines, and the disruptions in the aquatic food chains. Monitoring and managing oomycetes infection that is essential for maintaining the health and the biodiversity of the freshwater and marine ecosystems. And moreover, microbes and decomposers, they are also meaning obtained by nutrients by decomposing the dead matter. They contribute to the breakdown of the plant and the animal debris in the various environments, playing a vital role in the recycling of the nutrients and the organic material. Coming to the interesting and the unique facts about the oomycetes, that although oomycetes previously have been referred as lower fungi, they are different from the fungi in the several features. Oomycetes like cell wall, cell wall contain cellulose, beta-glucans, and amino acid hydroxyproline, but do not chitin. They are microscopically organisms that reproduce both sexually and asexually. Oomycetes are some of the most prolific pathogens of plants, cause devastating disease such as potato blight and the sudden oak death. Unique facts may include the downy mildews. Oomycetes include many species of downy mildews, which can affect the wide range of plants. These pathogens can cause characteristic symptoms such as the appearance of the fuzzy purplish growth on the undersides of the infective lead. Waterborne zoospores are one of the most unique features of the oomycetes in their ability to produce motile spores and zoospores, which are known as zoospores. The spores are flagella and can swim in water, allowing them to move and colonize new areas easily. Hope you get to know about the information regarding oomycetes, and this is all from my side. Thank you very much.